Fine. So we're going to do something new today. We're going to start a new single-player campaign with a mod. We're done with Waking the Tiger DLC vanilla, so we're now doing Waking the Tiger DLC modded. Actually, two mods. One is the Teutonic or Teutonic Order. It's up to you how you pronounce that. And the other one is the ×10 mod, which basically gives you ×10 of most of the stats you get in-game. So, political power, construction speed. So if it says plus 10%, you actually get plus 100 or something like that. But give me some time to give you a little history lesson here. On that guy. There's two Teutonic Order mods. One is with the picture of this guy in color, and one is in black and white. I picked this one. I also have the other one. This one seemed more fun. They're actually pretty much the same. Yeah, who cares? We're gonna go regular, and we're gonna go non-historical AI. Sure, why not? Now let's do your dum. There you go. Teutonic Order. What are we talking about here? So we are in 1936, and this mod plays in 1936. That doesn't mean I can't give you a little history lesson here, right? So around the time of the Crusades, which is about 1100 AD, is where the whole thing usually would start. So Christianity has spread from Rome, from Italy, you know, Catholic Christianity, has spread. This all started with the Roman Empire way back. So the Roman Empire, you know, had like all of the Mediterranean areas here, including France and a bit of the UK as it's known nowadays. Afterwards came the Frankish Empire, then came the Holy Roman Empire, then came the Byzantine Empire. Byzantium, down here, Greece, spread to Russia, the Orthodox part of Christianity. And we also had Scandinavia up here, and we had Poland, which didn't really belong to any of those, but their kings and tribe chiefs converted to Christianity, you know, to be able to form alliances with the mostly Christian-dominated area. Yeah, alliances, trades, and all of that fun stuff. So then, the only thing that was left out is this area up here. This area. So Christianity has spread to roughly around here. That's the border. And then anything south of that. Including, you know, top down Norway and Sweden, Scandinavia, and Poland. Yeah, that left the south coast of the Baltics, right here. Basically, what happened is the Germans always had a natural kind of thing going east, right? You know that. It's known as Lebensraum, living space, in World War II. Even in World War I knew that term, but it really started as Ostsiedlung, which is Eastern Settlement. Because these areas weren't as densely populated as all the other territories, and they were very viable for trade. Like, it's all coastline here, and you're cut off through Skagerrak and Kattegat over here, so this was easy to defend, and this area was a huge trade area for the Germans. So they wanted to expand over here. And obviously Christianity wanted to spread, and these were all pagans, so that's the way to go. That started around 1147 when Pope Eugenius III, I think it was, and believe me, I know this by heart, sure. He started the Second Crusade, which obviously went down here. Like, to reclaim stuff they had lost in the First Crusade, which didn't really go that well. And the Germans, the northern part of them, I mean, we had Bavaria down here, and then we had the German, you couldn't really call them tribes anymore, but you know, you had Prussia and all that stuff up here. And those said, you know what, we don't really want to go down here. Hey, Spirit Fang, how you doing? And they said, you know what, let us fight the pagans, and everybody else can take care of the Holy Land. That would be a cool deal. And the Pope said, you know what? That's awesome. Let's start a campaign there. Let's call it the Wendish Crusade, and you go and you start, you know, converting people. The Germans didn't really do that well. They were really good at killing everybody, but not really that good at converting anyone. So, in 1195, half a century later, the Pope, still down here, called for a real crusade. Not just, you know, a little campaign, but a real crusade. He actually called it the Northern Crusade. That was led by a man called, where is it? Where's my notes? Albert, I think. Yeah, Albert of Riga. Albert, as you can see, is a German name. He started his invasion in Riga over here and then spread throughout the whole region. That went really well. In 1201, so like 6 years later, Riga has become a big trade center and the headquarters for Albert of Riga. He then established the Livonian Brothers of the Sword. This area up here is Livonia in that time. Just listen to history, which I didn't know. Yeah, see, that's what I'm doing this for. I mean, everybody can play Hearts of Iron, right? I need to give you some background here. So the Brotherhood of the Sword led the Livonian Crusade. That's a new subscriber, that's awesome. Let me switch that alert off, because we don't really need that while I'm streaming. Thank you. Awesome. At the same time, in Poland, things didn't go so well. Konrad I of Masovia was fighting the old Prussians, which is up here. Just disregard this for a moment. This is all pagans up here, including this area. And he asked the Pope for a crusade in 1217. Well, the Pope said, you know what, let's do that. And he did that. And everything went to bits and pieces. Poland didn't really have a chance against the old Prussians, which they were called. So that didn't really work out. A little bit later, in 1226, Konrad, with whatever was left of his knights, asked the Teutonic knights, which were still up here doing great, he asked them for help, and he offered his knights to basically be incorporated into the Teutonic Order. Now the Teutonic knights went down here to Italy, to the Pope, and to the Roman Empire, and the Emperor, that's the one, the Roman Emperor, and he granted them privilege to capture or conquer and hold Prussia up here. So they were pretty happy. They just were able to go there, take all of it, and keep it. So that's definitely a thing. That went pretty well for a while. By 1260 AD, so another 30, 40 years later, pretty much everybody who was fighting around here was incorporated into the Teutonic Order, or the Teutonic Order. They were holding all of the Baltics up here. They were flourishing. They had trade centers everywhere. They were exporting, I think, fish and amber. It's pretty weird nowadays, right? But, you know, it's 1260. We're talking about real trade here. And yeah, they were doing great. That went on for a while, for 150 years to be exact. In 1410 is what you might know if you learned your history. The Teutonic Order was defeated decisively in the Battle of Tannenberg. Or Tannenberg, if you're not German. Now, if you remember your World War history, in World War I, there was a battle at Tannenberg where the Germans defeated a huge Russian army, which is kind of a reverse thing, because the Teutonic Order were technically the Germans, and they lost at Tannenberg. So you can see how this whole thing of Ostsiedlung becoming Lebensraum and the Battle of Tannenberg becoming the new Battle of Tannenberg, disregarding the old one and just calling this the Battle of Tannenberg forever, to be remembered in history, where this whole thing kind of started, like, in the medieval ages, and you know how it works, the fascists always dig up stuff to use for their propaganda. I mean, even Hitler did the same thing. And now we are here. That's the history of the real Teutonic Order, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to sit here, and we're going to conquer the Baltics to start off, and then we're going to take care of Poland and the Germans, because we are the real Germans. That's just what it is. There we go. Let's give you this guy. Let's see if we have some Knight Templars here. Oh, we do. Can I please assign this guy first? There. And now I assign whoever is left. Yeah, you. Why not? Seems good. You have perk. Plus 200% attack on forts. Yeah. I don't have the points, so we'll come back to that later. Alright, let's see what we can do. We have 4 research slots, that's absolutely awesome. I'm going to start with the usual stuff. You bleh. Misclicked. Double clicked when I shouldn't have. I do want the 100% constructor speed. Like I said, I have the times 10 mod installed, so instead of 10% we're getting 100. Guess what? 100% resource gain efficiency. Oh, this is so good. We also need that one, so we start with that right away. And now we're a little tight on things that we can do. Let's have a quick look. I think I'm going to go for that. Yup. We don't have any points yet. We are getting 8.4 per day, times 10, remember. So that's really good. We have some factories. I think we should get some more factories. A couple of these. We have 9 out of 6. Sure. 12 of 10, that's definitely going to be military. And I think for the rest, I'm going to go with civilian. And you go down there. That should be good. Infrastructure can be ramped up to 100. Now look at these resources. That's already really great. But do this, and we become a super nation. We just need oil and rubber now. And some chromium for tanks would be cool. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. 50? Really? This is going to be some clicking. I don't want 50. I only want like 15. You can usually just do 5. If you have 3 adjacent territories with 5 anti-air, you usually get minus 100% on enemy bombing. So if I have 15 per state, they shouldn't be able to bomb me at all. So that should be fine. You know, you don't need more than 100% efficiency. Ever. Unless they get a reduction on that, and I don't know that there is a thing that would give you anything like, ooh, not you. Like stealth bombing or something. That would be something, but not in 1940. Well, the Germans had something in 1944. Look it up. Hitler's stealth fighter. There is a documentary on that. Have fun. Level 100 airport, anybody? We're just gonna put you up to 20. For now. I think we're good. I think that looks good. So, what are we going to do? We need guns. Since we have the ×10 mod, this should be enough. Soon. Not yet, because this is still pretty standard. No, it's not. But, you know what I'm getting at here, right? You. Soon, TM, you would be good. And let's stop supporting. Jesus. Okay, I didn't expect that. But anyway, convoys it is. Go away, don't like you. That, and that. Let's do it this way. That's better. Alright. We need to focus. This is the focus tree for the Teutonic Order. It starts looking like a generic focus tree. It's not. And then we go over here and we get all the fun stuff. First thing we want to do is come down here. Get a conquer focus against Latvia and Estonia. Or Livonia. You get where the name comes from, right? Does this mean you will be building a Crusader tank? Wasn't that a British one? Well, I'm going to be building the holy, I don't know, the Brotherhood of the Tank, since we have a Brotherhood of the Sword. That sounds cool. I'm going to do that. Let's see, where do we start? I think we do need some research bonus for something, because we do have 4 research slots. Holy cruisers. Holy submarines. So, where's the holy nukes? Holy connection. That's electronics, okay. Secret knowledge. Electronics and nuclear. Oh, come on. That's the holy bomb. The holy hand grenade from Worms. Hey, fighting owls. Oh, this is cool. I like that. Somebody had fun making this mod. I'm gonna have fun playing this mod. We're gonna start up here. Who cares, right? Who the hell does care? No divisions in basic training. Can't have that. Train. We have 6, so why don't we train 6 until we get this army up to speed. And I think once we release these, we're going to train 12, and then we just, you know, put out some armies there. That should be fine for now. Yeah, no template, I know, and we don't have resources for all of the things, but I think we're good to go. Anything else I missed? We have all of this crap. Let's untick this. I'm still missing this untick all button up here. I hope they fix that and put that in. Right, let's start. Game is going slow. So, how have you been? Is that Scott or me? Well, I've been pretty great. My wife is still in hospital. You know, gallstone and kidney infection and stuff like that. It sounds bad, it isn't. If we're lucky, she's going to be released on Monday. And everything will be good. But, you know, it's a little work for me. Since I have the kids. And I still need to work. There you go. Come on, let's give it 1,000. Why not? We do have some manpower. Not too much, but we do already have 220 political power. First thing we're going to do is we get more political power. Final workforce, 150% power gain. Now we're talking. Yaha. Awesome. That little bit away because we're now putting out fighters and we're staging them here. You can already be attached to that army, that would be cool. And that moves them over there. Awesome! There's room for 8,000 planes, we don't need to worry about a thing. Also, we have some political power. So, we need to spend some time. Is this mod similar to the mod you just had from last time? Yeah, kinda. I played the times 1,000 mod, where you get, 1,000 times of everything instead of 10 times. But right now, it's just a side mod. It's really the Teutonic Order mod is a separate one, and that's the one we're focusing on right now. I just want to times 10, so we don't have like 60 episodes going into this. I am waiting for the new patch to drop. The whole naval changes they're going to do with mines and blocking trade routes and all of that. And the new American focus tree, where you can actually do stuff before 1941, which would be fun to play. And I'm going to do that as a single player campaign. And I want to do it as fast as I can, as soon as it comes out. So this is going to like fill the gap, I guess. So these are not that great. I mean, they're good. Standard good. That's okay. Let's start with these. Reliability 50% or reliability 50% and soft attack 50%. You're the one. Awesome. I think then we're gonna go War Industrialist. Yup. Prince of Terror. Sure, why not? There you go. We could also use some manpower. Come on, hurry up. This is so crazy. I love it. I think limited conscription should get us to the end of the game. Come on. There you go. Yes, I do. There goes... Stop the game. There goes all the things. What are you? Italy joined the Axis. In 1936. Okay, sure. Yeah, why not? I can see that happening. Preparing for the hikes. Recruitable population 50%. Okay. I'm gonna take that. We should probably go with a military theorist next to get some army experience. It's only 0.5, which is a little weird. But then again, this is probably Emil Stolz. Stotz? Stolz, yeah. This is probably a custom guy for this mod, so the times 10 mod doesn't override him. So on some of these we might be stuck with basic stats. I don't mind. But we do need to adjust our templates a little bit. How are we doing in construction? Doing good, technically. Yeah. Spanish Civil War, here you go. Have fun. What's our speed? That's taking a little bit. As soon as this gets done, it should be way faster. Also, we have points. This is good. This is just really fun. What else can we get here? Prince of Terror is not really that interesting right now. Not that we need it right now. We're already on war economy, which we usually couldn't get because we're not aligned and not fascist or communist. So that's good. Export focus, that helps. I'm gonna keep it that way. And with the resources we have, like, what was that, 300 of everything? Yeah, don't worry. This should go up by a lot now. So we don't need to worry about that. Okay, let's see. What can we do here? Ship designer. That's good, but we don't need ships just now. Agility and max speed. For fighters. Agility is the main stat for fighters, other than, reliability, so... yeah, let's go for that one. It doesn't matter, we're gonna get these before we start any major action, so we can just get them one by one and start on the top. I mean, look at that. Don't even need to worry. Only need to worry a little bit, because we need to align this with our research somehow. What are we gonna do next? Mechanical computing? Holy connection. Yes, please, give me some holy connection. It's not a radio, it's a holy connection. Sure. By the way, on top of all things, I do have a cold, so I might sound a little bit weirder than usual. I'm trying to hold it in, so don't worry too much about me. If I get a coughing fit, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just gonna happen. Don't worry. It's fine. I think. I'm majorly positive. Might as well get that one too. Come on. Do 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 do. 3, 2, 1. There you go. No, I wanted to click on you. Just 3? Really? You're not that fast. How are we doing? Well, yeah. It's getting there, I guess. It's not that fast yet.